Since the beginning of the camp in 2013, we started with only 2 sports and only in Thailand. However, at present, US College Sports Camp Asia organize camp and select youth athletes from 10 Asian countries, such as the Philippines, India, Singapore, Vietnam, Laos, Indonesia, Hong Kong, Dubai, etc. We also include 7 types of sports, namely tennis, golf, soccer, volleyball, basketball, badminton, and swimming. We are planning to expand to provide an opportunity: 1. More countries such as Japan, Taiwan, Korea, China. 2. More sports to include gymnastics, track and field, bowling, and field hockey. 3. More level, not only at college level, but also for elementary, high school, and professional level. 4. More scholarship opportunity in art, such as music, acting, and theatre. For each of our US college sports camp that we organize, youths will not only be selected to receive scholarship to continue their study in the United States, but children and youths aged between 8 and 18 will receive specialized skill training and development from coaches from the United States. Asian youths will have an opportunity to enhance their sporting skills by training correctly and laying the foundation for sports from early on to inspire dreams of becoming a professional athlete in the future. US College Sports Camp Asia is not only organize a camp in Asia, we are also organize a trip which give Asian youths an opportunity to tour the United States. It's a short-term tour or tryout trip between 10 days to 3 months. This trip will provide an opportunity for youth to train, learn, or even experience a real classroom studying in the United States. It's an eye-opener, fun field trip for youth between aged 8 to 18 years. The pride of US College Sports Camp Asia is being part of giving these young people an opportunity to develop their sports skills and step into the path of professional athletes in order to build a reputation for the nation in the future. Come and join the youth dream with us. US College Sports Camp Asia. Increase educational opportunities, creating athletes to international level.
Everybody doing right and stay social distancing and stay safe. Once again, my name is George Duangmani. I am the founder and CEO of the agency College Recruit. I also the founder of US College Sport Camp. Today, I have a privilege and be invited by US College Sport Camp to host a webinar today. So, as many of you may know, USCC or US College Sport Camp started in 2013. That basically the primarily is offer opportunity for young athletes to learn and compete, of course, and showcase their talent in front of US college coaches during the camp. And they will obtain or receive the sports scholarship offer to continue their education here in US. And as of now, USCC is the largest US college sport camp in Asia, more activities than 15 countries in 7 different sports. And they've been operating for the past 8 years, not including this year. So far this year with the COVID, the USCC be able to host only 1 camp in Asia. And so far we have suspended all the activities until the end of the year. So USCC organization team and myself, we're sharing the same passion in sport. We want to see the importance of the parents put in education and the sport equally, so the young student athlete can thrive here in US. USCC have the headquarters in Thailand to operate in Asia. So please feel free to contact them anytime if you have any question or like to learn more about US College Sport Camp. Again, we are in a new normal. It has been 4 months now that we are hosting a webinar to stay connected with everyone in Asia. Today, we'd like to welcome our audience here from Indonesia, Singapore, Malaysia, and Thailand. Welcome everyone to join the program again. As for housekeeping, we'd like to ask everybody stay on mute so that way our guest speaker can speak clearly and communicate all this information necessarily to you. And if you have any questions, please go ahead. If you look at the bottom of the screen, you will see the chat room. Please go ahead and type in your question, and I will answer all of them at the end of the webinar. Again, we're not taking any Q&A during the webinar. Please type in your question. We're happy to get them answered at the end of the webinar. Today, we have a privilege with a team from Scotland, St. Andrew International Junior Golf Camp that has been established more than 20 years now, since 1999, and it is one of the world leader junior golf camp based home in Scotland. The golf camp are unique, developed by the formal tour golf professional and advanced PGA professional, and work in collaboration with the University of St. Andrew. If you don't know the St. Andrew, you don't know one of the best world-renowned university in the world. It was found back in 1413, long time ago. But once again, before I invite our guest speaker to be here today, Paul Chandler, George Finlayson, and Billy McCoy to join our program, I'd like to show you the video about the St. Andrew International Junior Golf Camp. Please stay tuned for about 2 minutes to watch the video.
Welcome to St. Andrews Golf Academy here at the home of golf, St. Andrews. My name is George Finlayson. I'm a co-founder of St. Andrews Golf Academy. There's no better place to begin or continue your golf journey than here at the home of golf, where it all began in 1457. We believe that golf is more than just a game. It promotes social benefits including health and well-being, physical activeness and diversity. Our golf camps and schools are unique, developed and coached by former PGA tour professionals and advanced PGA coaching professionals. We utilise our indoor golf centre and the outdoor practice facilities at the links, where we are independent approved teachers. Tuition is supported by state-of-the-art golfing technology, including TrackMan. Programs are available all year round for individual, groups and families of all abilities. St. Andrews Golf Academy is also proud to be working in collaboration with the University of St. Andrews to provide the first golf program that includes golf and the opportunity to experience learning, studying at one of the world's leading education establishments with a wide range of courses available. So have a look into our website, and we hope that you decide to choose us as your golfing trainer and provider. Thank you.
Well, thank you, and good afternoon, everyone. Paul Chandler, George, and Billy. Welcome to our program, USCC webinar, and our audience here, not only in the webinar with Zoom here, we also live on our Facebook. So please welcome to the program, Paul. Yes. So we talk just before we get on. We talk about golf this past weekend. There's a lot of golf going on around the world, and we're excited during this time. And I'm so glad that our sport, golf, is a social distancing. per se. So we be able to enjoy it and all this stuff. And once again, Paul, please go ahead. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, George. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, good evening to everyone. Thank you all for joining us from across the world. New Delhi, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Indonesia, Laos, Vietnam, Philippines, Malaysia, Singapore, Shanghai, and New York. I hope I got everyone there. Anyway, welcome to the St Andrews Golf Academy, working in collaboration with the University of St Andrews to deliver the world's leading junior golf camps at the home of golf. Today, we are delighted to introduce our new partnership with the US College Sports Camps, and we look forward to a long and successful partnership for many years. We're scheduled today for a one-hour webinar, which we would like to spend about 30 minutes introducing the St Andrews Golf Academy's International Junior Golf Camps, and leave around 20 to 30 minutes for a Q&A session towards the end of the webinar. So without further ado, I am Paul Chandler, project leader of the St Andrews Golf Academy International Junior Golf Camps. My background is 13 years in investment banking in London and New York. I left the city a few years ago to focus on all my energy on my passion, which is golf. I've been working with the St Andrews Golf Academy for over 2 years now, and I've been really impressed by the passion and the desire of our PGA teachers and coaches, along with our operations team, to deliver a seamless and enjoyable experience for all our students. Also online with me today is George Finlayson. Hi, George. Hello, Paul. Thank you for your introduction. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world right now. My name is George Finlayson. I am the co-founder of St Andrews Golf Academy. I'm a PGA professional and have been for over 40 years. Through that time, I've attained advanced PGA professional status. I'm a coach education tutor, and I'm also an assessor in sport. I'm here today to discuss our junior golf camps in St Andrews. They've been developed by PGA professional colleagues, and we hope to provide a quality program of instruction no matter what your level may be just now or your ability. Thank you. Also on the call with us is Billy McCall, who is our in-house resident former tour professional. Billy, would you say a few words, please?
Hi everyone, my name is Bill McCall. I've been a fully qualified PGA Pro for 45 years, spending 13 of them on the European Tour. I was lucky enough to play in 7 majors, 5 British Opens and 2 Senior Opens. I've won several tournaments, the best won a 5-shot victory in the Ivory Coast Open. My passion now is coaching, and I'm really looking forward to getting involved with the golf schools and passing on my golfing knowledge. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, George. Before I run through the presentation, I'd like to make a few opening remarks. The St Andrews Golf Academy was founded in 1999, fairly modern in comparison to our partner, the University of St Andrews, which was founded in 1413. We have 4 core values which we like to instill in our students whilst at camp: integrity, respect, resilience, and community. Integrity, this means honesty. It is critical for every golfer to demonstrate good honesty, including truthfully recording score and abiding by the rules of golf and its etiquette. Respect, this means having due regard to someone else's feelings, wishes, and the rights of others. It is important for our students to have respect for one another in order to establish positive relationships with fellow golfers. Resilience, this means having the ability to recover quickly. Golf is a challenging game and doesn't always go our way. Community, this means the feeling of belonging to something. Our golf camps encourage a community spirit between our students whilst at camp and following camp when students return home. If we can move over the page. Our golf camps have 4 in-house golf professionals. These professionals cover all aspects of the game and have a combined experience over 100 years. George, our advanced PGA professional, focuses on the overall structure of our programs. Billy and Chris, our in-house former tour professionals, focus on the skill and technical aspects of our programs. And Andrew, our PGA technical coach, focuses on the physical aspects of the game, including strength and conditioning. Our camps operate with state-of-the-art indoor and outdoor facilities. We own and operate our Golf Indoor Centre, which was opened in 2016 and is the first of its kind at the Home of Golf in St Andrews. It consists of 3 training bays equipped with the latest golfing technology used by tour professionals. This is the ultimate tool to improve your game. George, can you please let me know a little bit about how TrackMan can be used to improve our golf game? And I say briefly. I think you need to unmute, George.
Yeah, I've got my technical advisor here beside me. Can you hear me now? Yeah, TrackMan has been around now for, I think, a good 10 years, and is now very much the mainstay of a lot of golf professionals and their tuition. It's far better to work from the ball, what the ball is doing backwards to impact. And TrackMan allows us to measure and to collect data of the person's impact position. We can look at these numbers, taking as many numbers as we want, as simple or as advanced as a player may be, and they're able to work specifically on one area. It takes away the golf professional looking at the style of the golfer and making a judgment based on his or her feeling. So it's very specific. It's a fantastic tool. Even the beginner or the less advanced player is now becoming in sync with TrackMan. And they, I think, generally are getting around to understanding the benefits of a TrackMan session. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, George. Our outdoor driving ranges at the St Andrews Links, where we were independently authorised by the St Andrews Links Trust, the charitable body that manages the St Andrews Links courses, including the Old Course, and its facilities on behalf of the citizens of St Andrews. The outdoor facilities comprise over 60 outdoor and indoor golf bays and a short game area for chipping, bunker play and putting. Billy, briefly, what do you think of the facilities at St Andrews Links Golf Centre and in general in and around St Andrews? I think you might need to unmute, Billy.
Hi, it's Bill here. Yeah, the fantastic facilities at St Andrews. You know, outside bays, inside bays, TrackMan involved there as well. Fantastic chipping green. And what I think's great about it is the links turf. The links turf is a lot harder to get your short game honed in, and it teaches you a lot about how to go about creating a very good short game. Excellent facilities.
Thank you, Bill. Now, if we move forward to slide 6, you know, one thing that we're very excited about is to be working in collaboration with the University of St Andrews. I mean, this is really one of the world's leading education establishments globally, and combining that with our golf program. So effectively combining golf with academia. A few stats on the page about the University of St Andrews. Founded in 1413, which means it's provided over 600 years of academic excellence. It's ranked as the top 2 university in the UK, just behind Cambridge and ahead of Oxford. And it's within the top 100 universities within the world. And it's also attended by royalty. Prince William met his wife Kate Middleton while studying at St Andrews just over 5, 6, 7 years ago. The university also has a truly international feel with over 40% international students. So wherever you're coming from, you'll be absolutely welcome. Our golf camp students have the opportunity to select between 5 courses, and all courses include English tuition based on IELTS, which is the UK University Admission Standards for undergraduate and postgraduate. And all of these courses are taught by current faculty staff at the university, giving our golf camp students the chance to ask questions and develop a true insight into studying at the University of St Andrews. We truly believe that our golf camp offers an incredible opportunity for any students with a desire to study abroad or gain international experience. And St Andrews is much more than the home of golf. There are a number of different aspects to the town which complement one another. Not only is St Andrews the home of golf and the host of one of the world's leading education establishments, it's also a town steeped in culture and history. There are castles and cathedrals over 500 years old and award-winning beaches with the east and west sands that have a wide range of fun activities which we actually include within our programs. Where are the St Andrews International Golf Camps? I think this is actually a really important page, and it really notes the level of service we provide to our clientele, which should hopefully appease some of the parents and provide them with a sense of security. Effectively, once you land in Scotland, we will take care of you, and that is our promise. Our ground handling team meet all students at the airport and drive them directly to their accommodation at the University of St Andrews Halls of Residence. Now, to discuss the 3 programs that we offer, our golf programs cater to all ages and abilities and are divided into 3 programs catering, as I said, to all golfing capabilities. On our website, which I encourage you to look at, www.standrewsgolfacademy.co.uk, we provide a day-to-day breakdown of each of the camps, but today I'll take you through some of the key highlights. Our Learn to Play program, fun, safe and educational, and suitable for the beginner golfer or someone who hasn't played golf before and is interested in trying to take up the game. As stated by George, one of the attractions of golf for the beginner is the many societal benefits, including health, well-being, physical activeness, and diversity. The program teaches our students golfing history, golfing etiquette, and the basic fundamentals of the golf swing and putting, setting them on the right path to take up the game. We also include some fun extracurricular activities within the program, so it's not just all about golf. We have 6 students per PGA professional. So typical size of the class is about 24 students, albeit sometimes we increase the size of the camp if there is more demand for that particular program. It is important for parents to understand that the package includes, and in fact all our packages include, airport transfers, accommodation at the University of St Andrews Halls of Residence, dinner, bed and breakfast, so it's really all inclusive. Also offered is complimentary club hire, so there's no additional expense or hassle bringing your clubs from across the world if you choose not to, or even in fact if you don't own a set of clubs just yet. One final important point to mention on this page is the opportunity to visit private schools and universities within Scotland. And what I'd suggest you do is that you indicate that when you fill in the form, which I'll discuss later on, any interest you have in particular establishments, or if you want recommendations from us. And what we will try to do is incorporate a half day within our program in which we arrange for you to attend and meet the teaching staff at any particular institution. So we have 3 Learn to Play programs throughout the summer of 2021. The first one in June, the 5th to the 11th of June, the second one, the 10th to the 16th of July, and the third one, the 14th to the 20th of August. Now, onto our Improver and Developer program. This is aimed at the golfer who's familiar with the game and is looking to improve his or her handicap. The key difference between this program and the Learn to Play program is the focus on the technical and skills aspect of the game. We believe it is critically important for the familiar golfer to understand the technical aspects of the game. For example, why he hits a slice or a hook, or how he or she is able to self-correct. If you speak to any of our professionals, they will tell you that it's critically important for each golfer to understand the dynamics of the golf swing and the fundamentals to not keep on practicing the wrong thing. And again, we have 3 programs throughout the summer 2021, 1 program in June, the other in July, and the final one in August. Now on to our performance program. Our performance program is targeted at the experienced golfer, so we're talking a handicap of less than 15. This program covers all aspects of the game, including sports nutrition, strength and fitness, tournament preparation, and how to win. What's really important to emphasize here is that we're not going to try re-engineer your swing, as most golfers at this level already have their own coaches. We're only going to work on the qualitative and mental aspects of your game to teach you how to be a winner. And just one difference between this program and the previous two programs is this one is 9 nights and 10 days, where the other ones are 6 nights and 7 days. Again, we have 3 programs on our performance program, 3 dates on our performance program, 1 in June, 1 in July, and 1 in August. So before we open up to Q&A, I'd just like to make some final closing remarks. So we believe our programs are unique, developed and coached by advanced PGA professionals and former tour professionals. Our programs are the first to combine sports with academia at one of the world's leading education establishments, the University of St Andrews. And we really believe the quality of programs speak for themselves. The majority of our students come through recommendations of former students and parents. So what I would encourage you to do is go online with the link you have on the page here and enroll yourself and register your interest in the program. And I guess finally, on behalf of George and Billy and myself, we look forward to welcoming you to the St Andrews Golf Academy in the future. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Paul, and thank you, Bill and George, for all those information. And the picture looks so wonderful. And I myself don't play golf, or not attempt to play golf, but love to be there. So, how many courses out there at the St Andrew communities?
Hi, George. Yes. One of the most wonderful things in St Andrews is that we have 7 courses. The St Andrews Links had 7 courses here at the Home of Golf. Obviously, the old course, where the pilgrims come to play the world's greatest game. There's the Jubilee course, tough golf course. The new course, there's the Eden course, the Strathtyrum course, the Ball Golf course, and the new course built in 2010, the Castle course. So we have 7 courses, 6 of them within the town and within walking distance of the university.
Wow, great. So you don't have to travel far at all. Okay, so we got a few of these questions from the audience. Let me read through them. The first one, and then I'm going to ask Paul, and then if you can direct it to Bill or George regarding to the answer would be wonderful. So the first question, what is your daily schedule at the camp?
Hi, George. I think one way to do this would be actually to show you online on our website. So what I've done here is linked through to our Learn to Play program. And what we have detailed here is a day-by-day schedule of this particular program. So you have an overview on the left-hand side here, and then a morning, lunch, afternoon, dinner, and an evening extracurricular activity. So we do that day by day throughout. One important point to mention here, and maybe this is a point I should have mentioned in the presentation to the parents, is that all of our professional coaches have sort of DBS certificates and disclosure obligations, and so allowed to sort of tutor and coach children and adults of all ages and abilities. And typically in the evening, what we do is employ carers that look after the children whilst at the University of St Andrews. And I think at the end of the presentation that we just went through, which is actually downloadable on the link that we provided, there is a sort of a more detailed schedule day by day for the Learn to Play program and for the performance program.
Okay, so that's a whole information that you can obtain it from the website, right?
That's correct.
So, which is very useful. So most of the time, the flight coming from Asia will arrive the airport in the morning. So as you mentioned, once they landed, you have somebody pick them up and go through the whole thing.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. I mean, typically what we'll have, we have a pre-registration form where closer to the time, all of our students will provide details of their inbound flight. And what we'd like to do is obviously arrange for a group pickup, but we can also accommodate individual pickups, which we have done in the past where people's flights are delayed or they arrive at different times. So, whatever time your flight arrives, rest assured that, we will look after you and we'll be there to pick you up promptly at the airport.
Okay, good. So as you know, our thing here, main objective is all about sport and education. If someone want to go to your camp and want to learn more about the private school there or university, would you be able to arrange like, a meeting with advisor or the career there that they have there?
Absolutely. I mean, that's something that I think over the past couple of years has become more of a demand from our student. Typically in the inquire section for our camps, people will input a particular school or university that they would be interested in having a careers day, or if they're just in general interested in having a careers day, we will recommend some schools and universities to visit. And what happens there is, if the majority of the camp chooses and wants to go and visit a particular establishment, we arrange for the whole camp to go, but we can also arrange to split the camp for those actually preferring to stay and play with golf. And what those careers days typically look like is we have a representative at many of the private schools who will have an exclusive tour that they will conduct on behalf of us with the students, which will be a walk around campus and a sit down with their registration department to figure out and understand what the application process, and we can actually help facilitate that as well. And we've done that in the past.
Okay, well, good. So when you mentioned about private school, are we talking about like the high school level?
All levels. I mean, all levels. All levels, right? I mean, our camps range from 11 to 18. So 11 to 12 is typically when you enter what we call senior school. So our schools develop from junior school, which is the age of 5 up until 11, and then 11, 12 up until the age of 17, 18 is what we denote as our senior school. So our target is really at the senior school level. And what we have done in the past is facilitated entry into establishments, one being Stuart's Marble, for example, and we've helped, entry application forms and entry into the boarding school. And that's a typical British thing where you actually board at school. Not.
And the student be able to like O level, IGCSE, and or A level. They
yeah, I mean, typically it used to be higher. I think that's when I was at school. But the programs now developed, which is not only just higher, but you do the IB, which is the International Baccalaureate, which is actually applicable globally. So I think, if you choose if that's of interest, we can recommend some schools which actually have an IB program.
Okay, good. Now you mentioned about boarding for your boarding school, and also your camp. It's a boarding camp, right?
Correct.
So, well, how does student interact in the evening?
So in the evening, we arrange certain extracurricular activities. So once the camp finishes, to take an example, on the West Sands, we have this activity called Blown Away, in which the students will sit in almost what feels like a windsurf, but on the beach, which will be blown along. And those activities will take place between 6 and 8 p.m. in the evening. And then the student will then be taken back to the halls of residence, and where they'll be arranged with a carer for, throughout the course of the evening. And typically what they like to do, because the camps are, between 24 people, they'll get together and organize the games and activities with one another.
Okay, good. So, I mean, basically, they're not only gonna improve their game, they have fun, and they cultivate the culture of the area there.
Absolutely.
Good. All right, get it a little bit more technical, about the performance. And you mentioned in the webinar a little bit about TrackMan. So, what is a TrackMan for? What are you, using them for golfer to improve their game?
I'll pass that one to our technical team. So, George.
TrackMan, really able to provide the golf professional with specific information He will use that information coupled with his skills in order to produce results quicker. Also, from the view of the student will receive a detailed printout by email. Well, not printout by email, but will receive a report by email. And very quickly, their whole focus and their whole training and their whole performance is based around the TrackMan figures. They can practice usefully now. They can practice properly, and they can practice with some purpose. Then back to the golf professional, look at the figures together, and then maybe work on some other figures. So you might start, for instance, with, let's say, the driver. Let's say the attack angle's wrong. The student is losing 20, 30 yards to his fellow player. He doesn't need to rush out and buy the latest Callaway driver. He needs to come, he needs to look at his attack angle. If we can move his attack angle, we can make him fly the ball 20 yards, 25 yards further than the air. So it's a fantastic tool. Things you can't see at impact. What is the face doing in relation to the path? Well, obviously the professional can see from the flight of the ball, but we can make the student understand the two most critical factors in becoming a good golfer, the relationship of the path and the face. So you can take it can start at a very simple level and it can go to a very advanced level. Thank you.
Okay.
I think another thing to add there, I mean, this is a tool, George, that's used by, I would say, almost every single tour professional and tour now. I mean, if you go to the practice days of any tour event, you would see a TrackMan behind every single one of the professionals, and his or her coach standing there with an iPad, having a continuous stream of data and figures, you know, tweaking their swing exactly for what's required for the day.
Okay. Good. Good.
That's right. Sorry, just lastly on that, that little orange box has become very much a fixture on the PGA Tour and also the European Tour. And as Paul said, a lot of the top players derive all the information they need from the TrackMan, the iPad, and their coach.
Billy, was the TrackMan available on your day on the tour?
Absolutely not. No, we didn't have anything like that. We had a bag of balls in a practice ground, and if you were lucky, a coach. But
So well, thank you for you know, that information. It's just too much technical for me, but I just hope that we can keep resembling the shot that Colin hit yesterday on the 16th. Drivable par 4, right? With the TrackMan, we can keep doing it.
I mean, one of the other great aspects of TrackMan in the past with some of our students, what they've actually used is they've actually requested to come down to our indoor center and play 18 holes on a golf course. So the TrackMan facility that we has means you can play virtual simulation golf. So we found that some of our students have come down to our indoor center in the evening and played 18 holes on the old course indoors. So that's also quite a popular extracurricular activity for some of our students in the evening.
Okay, definitely. All right, no, so in that case, let me ask my last question from the floor, but also, Paul, could you look at the chat room? There's a question from Brian, and you can take that after this one. So, all right, now you in the St. Andrew. People related St. Andrew, it's you know, European Tour. So how can we become a European Tour player related to your school?
I'll pass that one to Billy.
okay, European Tour player, PGA Tour player. It's an incredible feat to make it to that level. Now, the three things you need is, one is the desire to do it. There's no point in even beginning to start on a quest to be a tour player if you don't have the desire. Then you need the dedication as well. It takes a lot of hard work. And thirdly, the discipline. You have to be disciplined to anything you do to reach the top. And because I've been there and tried it and been a little bit successful, but not as successful as I would have wanted to be, I can pass on my knowledge of how to go about doing it and pass on the mistakes that I made, that now I know now that if I knew now what I knew then, I would have been a much better player. And I think that's the way you go forward with the students. If you can give them your knowledge that you know is correct, then you've got a good chance of making it. But it's an incredibly difficult sport to reach the top. You have to have the 3 Ds: desire, dedication, and discipline, without a doubt. But we could do that, no problem.
Okay, good. So the first one come to design, right? If they want it, they will do it, and you will be able to help them.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you, sir. So Paul, would you like to take the question from Brian? Your milk.
I see I got the first question here from Christine, and her daughter is slightly lower than the age of 11. I think that this is probably something that we'd have to discuss directly with her. So what I would suggest to Christine in regards to her question is to drop us an inquiry with the exact requirements that you're looking for, and let us deal with that one offline on a case by case. In terms of Brian's question, what he's looking for is the day-by-day schedule breakdown for the performance level students after the webinar. So what we have in the presentation, I think it's one of the final pages, is an exact breakdown of our performance program, a daily breakdown. And I think what we've tried to do there is spend the first 3 to 4 days more focused on sort of the qualitative aspects of the game, and then the final sort of 4 days leading up to a tournament at the end, so almost like 2 practice rounds and then into sort of a pre-tournament round, and then a final day being, you know, a tournament between all of the students on our performance program. And you'd like a breakdown of the young men, the young women in the past few years. I'm happy to provide that offline, yeah, if you submit an inquiry to our inquiry section. Thanks, Brian. Thanks, Chris. I think you're on mute now, George.
Good deal. All right. Well, thank you for your time and your information. And certainly, we have a lot of questions and people, many interests to join your program. Could you tell us a little bit more of, the camp is for next year, right? 2021. You mute, Paul. Okay.
Yes, exactly. So we're running camps June, July, August 2021. I think, you know, we'd love to run camps earlier, but I just think with what's going on in the world at the moment, you know, rest assured that if people are inquiring today, we firmly believe that in June, July, August next year, you know, the world will be in a better place and the new normal will be more normal.
Okay, good. So if anybody who has an interest to join the program, and I'm sure it's a lot for next year, how can they contact you, or what website? One more time, please.
Sure. So on the presentation, let me just share the...
And of course, they can always contacting us, and then we'll send it to you where.
Sure. So I've just shared a screen here on the final page of our presentation. Let me know if you see that, George.
Yes.
So this link here, so I'd encourage you to either take a screenshot or record that link there. And what that allows you to do is to register directly your interest in the program.
Okay, great. Thank
So
you.
that is the link there, and the website you also have on the page, which is slightly to the north of the Q&A, which is www.standrewsgolfacademy.co.uk, and what that will do is provide you with more information on our junior golf camps and a daily breakdown for each of the programs that we run.
Great. Thank you. So that's the end of the webinar, but thanks again for joining us, for your time today, Paul, Bill, and George. Thanks for your time and information, and we are certainly looking forward to grow our relationship and have more junior golf player to your academy. And I would like to thank everybody who joined our webinar today by Facebook, by Zoom, by Instagram. Please feel free to contact us anytime if you'd like to learn more about anything about Golf Academy or about any sports. And we'd like to let you know that next week, our guest speaker will be our student athlete who will be coming here to US for tennis, for swimming. Please stay tuned or check our website for an update for our future webinar. But thanks again, all three of you, for your time today and joining us for the webinar. Thanks, everybody. Good night.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Goodbye. Thank you.
US College Sports Camp Asia is a program which offers opportunities to children Asia and youths with sports talent to showcase their potential to seize educational opportunity in the United States, where their sports abilities will be enhanced, as well as opening up their educational horizon. For additional details, please contact us at line ID at US College Camp Asia, www.uscollegeshowcaseasia.com, email info@uscollegeshowcaseasia.com, or call us on 063 702 1222 or 094 920 4794. And please follow our activities at Facebook, US College Sports Camp Asia, YouTube, US College Sports Camp Thailand. Come and join the youth dream with us. US College Sports Camp Asia. Increase educational opportunities, creating athletes to international level.